Well, well, I might be letting the cat out of the bag,
Oh,
actually.
I'm right taking down notes.
Taking
Go
notes.
ahead, keep talking.
Okay. Well, you've got this recorded, so
Right.
know.
True.
Um, so the thing is there, I mean, if you think about it from a business perspective, this makes a whole lot of sense. If you have the funds to do it,
Right.
it's a brilliant thing to do because you're getting 3 years of software, and you're only paying for two, and you're getting it at 2009 prices, right? So,
Yeah, it's a bargain.
sa- exactly, saving money over time. But, it's those sort of things that we do. We look at it and we say, okay, what can we do here? I mean, the other thing I guess I didn't touch on was, and we'll go back to the acquisitions because this is important. But one of the other things that we did is we introduced a We Care program. And I've got to tell you, the feedback we've had from end users and our partners on the We Care program has been phenomenal. And what the We Care program was about is saying, okay, listen, we have some tough economic times going on here, and I know we get sick of hearing it, but unfortunately it's not going away real fast. So there's a lot of small businesses out there struggling, and we were trying to think of a way that we could do something for the business community. They've done a lot for us, and we wanted to give back a bit. So what we did, most people who know GFI know that people can get evaluations of our software. We want to make sure it works in their environment. But then what we did is we said, okay, at a certain level, you can just have it, right?
Yeah.
Like we'll give it to you for free at a certain level.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say you can get unlimited user licensing with full functionality for everything.
Right. Right.
We're not going to do that. But we took certain products and we said, okay, there is a certain amount of functionality people like, and okay, we're not going to make you pay for it. Here it is. So we did that, and that's made a lot of difference to a lot of people. They've been able to get some of the stuff that they need without having to pay for it. It's good sense from our point of view as well. The other thing we did with the We Care program is that, if people have a problem and they're not having it addressed, or they feel they're not having it addressed properly, we have a We Care email address, and that goes to the VPs around the world. We all get it, and we respond fast when we get those. And the thing is, what's beautiful about it is people don't abuse it. They understand what it's for,
Mm-hmm.
and they do the right thing by us as well. So
Yeah, I mean, GFI gives stuff away all the time. There's a free version of the backup program for a home user, right?
Yep, correct.
Okay. LandGuard up to 5 IPs, I think, is free.
Yep, correct.
Okay. A network web monitor, you can use it for free monitoring if you don't purchase the software. Free reporting, what's going on.
Yep.
Just to name some of the stuff, Mail Essentials. There's people download it to get the free disclaimer feature.
Absolutely.
It doesn't quit working, at least in that regard. So
Yep.
you're just giving this software away. Folks, I've been in the IT business for a number of years, and I have always been a subscriber to the Microsoft user groups, news groups. And maybe some of you aren't familiar with news groups, but they're kind of a bulletin board type thing before, the web forums and that kind of thing. And that's kind of where I learned about GFI was years ago. Was because, IT guys were asking each other back and forth, what do you recommend for this? And what do you recommend for that? And people come up with different areas, what do you use for spam? Well, I use, for example, Brightmail. And then somebody would write back, nah, Brightmail, you don't use that because I use something else. But somebody would say, well, try GFI. And no one would say anything bad. They go, yeah, GFI is pretty good stuff. Take a look at that. And I hadn't even heard of GFI because they, really depended, I think, more on word of mouth at that time, years ago, than they do now. But it was like a grassroots kind of thing going on. And that speaks volumes of, the product and the integrity of the products that you guys make, in my opinion.
It does. It absolutely does. And I can go into that a little bit further on. But that's another discussion. So now we got sidetracked.
Yes, yeah, we did. Sorry.
We did. We got sidetracked. So I guess from the acquisition point of view, the next thing that we said was, well, okay, we do email security, and we do it very, very well. Mail Essentials is huge. There are over 100,000 businesses that use Mail Essentials in their network to protect them, from the spam.
Right.
As well as all the toolkit sort of side of things, and I think that's probably much underrated. People forget just how much you can actually do with Mail Essentials. And one of those things, of course, is the disclaimer, as you said. But you can mail monitor. It's got a list server in it. You got a pop to exchange. It's got auto replies, and it's all thrown in.
Yeah, it's a Swiss Army knife.
It is absolutely.
What it is.
And one of the things that people love about Mail Essentials is the fact that it's not a one-size-fits-all piece of software. Mm-hmm. So, organizations have different ideas about what spam is. And the beauty of Mail Essentials is, you can tweak the thing to the way your organization deals with its email. And that's incredibly important. So we're in that space, and we have a huge following on it. And one of the things that we could see is that, you've got software people, you've got appliance people, and then you've got people who just can't be bothered and want someone else to do it for them. And that's where Katherian came along. And that was a real opportunity for us. Once again, the organization, Katherian, had this fabulous customer service, right? They had a wonderful, wonderful product. There's fabulous customer service that really fit beautifully with what we do. And we just had to do it. We had to jump in and go, okay, look, we've done the hosted remote management. Now we're going to do the hosted mail protection. And it really has given us this wonderful opportunity because we've got on-premise software, right? So if you're large enough, or you want to have full control, you're worried about your own security, you've got it. We can sort that out for you. If you don't have the time, you're too small, you don't have enough people who are IT savvy enough, we can host it. So we can do all the filtering before it even gets you. You don't have to know about it. Mm. And then, and this is the beautiful part, is you can do both. So you can have your on-premise, and you can do the edge service to filter out a lot of rubbish before it gets to you. But at that point, that's where you're doing your security, and you've got full control of the information that you're getting. So we've got 3 areas that we're playing in there.
Well, and that makes a lot of sense. The thing is, for example, the Edge service, one of the things that brings to the table, because I've had my own Exchange server before, and the problem is when I lost internet connectivity, I had to deal with things like catch-all accounts, and it was a mess. Bottom line is a mess. But by combining a service like Max email protection, you can mail back.
You have continuity.
Yes,
that's the whole
you have
point.
continuity right there. So in the event your Exchange server, loses internet access or goes down, your email is being mailbagged for you, and you can actually access that through the web and continue to do business.
Absolutely.
As you get this puppy back online and get it restored. And so really what I think GFI, the sweet spot is really doing like a hybrid type solution where we have this perimeter, this edge out here that's taking care of continuity, maybe getting rid of the obvious junk, because that uses bandwidth coming into my Exchange server and processing power and all that. So let's clean up all that obvious stuff, and then let's use Mail Essentials then to put the final touches on everything.
And you think about that, Bruce. You think about that multi-layered approach to security, right? Mm-hmm. And, there's a lot of organizations that will do multiple antivirus engines across, different areas. So, on the workstations, on the servers, something different at the gateway. Mm-hmm. And now you've got something out there at the edge, in the cloud as well doing it. So you've just increased the depth of your protection. And that's a wonderful thing. And being able to mailbag when things go down, this is just, it just takes us to the next level, and it gives the service to people that they haven't been able to do before.
I suppose we should talk about the economy briefly. And I got to be honest with you, though, Scott. Maybe I've been incredibly lucky or what have you, but I've seen my business grow in the last couple years. And everybody knows that watches my show and that sees the videos that most of our business is focused around being a partner with